Okay, welcome to the February North Fulton Amateur Radio League Club meeting. Go through the regular logistics. Please silence your communication devices so we don't interrupt our speakers. Exits are through the front door to where you came in probably, and through the kitchen. Coffee, water, and fire extinguishers is available in the kitchen. Restrooms along the entrance corridor. Please watch out for all our cords on the floor. And after the meeting, we have to store the chairs and tables and sweep up the floor and take out the trash. And we can use some help with all those things, including sweeping and taking out the trash stuff. So everybody wants to hang around and help, that'd be great. Program needs to end by 9 o'clock, and we need to leave the building clean by 9:30. So we got plenty of time to do that, still have a social hour. So talked about this the last couple of meetings, that we weren't stacking the chairs properly and actually fell on some of the ladies here and they got injured. The racks are not the correct racks for the chairs, so that's what makes it difficult. That's the correct chair stacking. And I don't know if Kathy's here tonight, but she had a great idea, which I had but didn't follow through on. So now with her reminder, I followed through on printing that picture, and it's inside the door. So as we go to stack chairs tonight, we can reference the picture of exactly how they go back on the rack. Please wear your name badges and or your logo shirt, like either of these. If you don't have them, you can order them on the MART, NFARL.org/MART, or MART on the left-hand side when you get to NFARL.org. Want to welcome all the new members, first-timers, or visitors. Any new members, first-time, or visitors here? Hopefully you got a green dot. 1, 2 people?
We don't have any green dots.
They're out of green dots. Okay, so welcome. Thanks for coming. That's how we welcome folks. Real friendly club. But we'll do a roll call. We'll go around to everybody as we come around to the visitors. Please identify yourself as a new timer, first time at a meeting, or a visitor, or whatnot, and where you came from. Or if you're new ham. Anybody that's newly licensed or just upgraded, go ahead and tell us that as we come around with the roll call. We'll go ahead and start right here with Jim.
KJ4 QBT, Jim. Steve, WB4 Charlie Victor Bravo, membership chairman for 2019.
I'm Steve, too. KS4 KJ. I have no office.
Dave, W3DJS. I drove in from Tequila.
Stephen, KW4H.
Jim, N4SEC.
Mike, KN4OAK.
Wade, KE4WYU.
Don, N2VGU.
Jim, W4IU.
Bob, K4VBM, also known as Very Bad Memory, the 2019 Activities Chair.
Tammy, KK4USM.
Roy, AJ4MM.
Larry, K90Q.
Delora, KB0PHF.
Fred, KK4ZKA.
My name's Dana. Call signs KN4BEV.
I'm Gary, W6GB.
I'm Adam, this is my first time here. I'm N4 NMS.
Thank you. Are you a member or just first time to be? Or?
Not a member yet, first time to be in the doors here.
Well, welcome. Thanks for coming.
N4ZAX.
John, K4SQC.
John, N4TOL.
Colby, KN4KSE.
Diane, KN4KSD.
Ian, NV4C.
I can't get used to that.
You don't have to.
Tim, K4RA.
Michael, N4ABI.
Wes, W3WL.
Bill, KI4EGQ, or eggs go quick.
Jack, W3JKD, and this is my first time.
Joe, AJ2Y.
Jim, K4BSC.
Fred, KK4JYO.
John, N4IHV. I'm Fred, N4CLA, your treasurer.
Mr. Moneybags.
Yeah, Mr. Moneybags.
Money, just to prove it.
He's mobile.
I'm Larry, KJ4YOT.
Gary, AK4NA.
Bill, K4YJI.
Shane, KF4TJY.
Tim, WK4U.
Mike, W5JR, and now a 50-year life member. Avita Laura. Greg, KN4 APC.
And Jordan, KN4 CRD, I'm speaking.
Oh,
Jordan's our presenter tonight.
glad he showed up.
I'm Scott, KN4 KDS. Steve, AV4 TT.
Matt, KN4 RQW.
Jim, W4 JDS. Mike, I'm studying for my ticket, it's my first time. Roger, N7DU. Tony, K4 AWS.
Martha, W4MSA, Secretary.
Chris, W4 CCH.
Model AC48.
Warren, K4Z.
Guys in the back?
Scott, KN4 JXE.
Ray, KK4 PCR.
Bill, K4 YJJ.
And did we miss you right here?
Lee Johnson, N4 WYD.
All right, very good. Anybody has trouble hearing or seeing or anything, there's a bunch of spots available up front here. You can move on up. So we have a door prize drawing for a $25 MasterCard gift card at the end of the meeting tonight, as well as a 50-50 drawing, which are the red tickets that you may have purchased. 50% to the club, 50% to the winner. Membership, Steve.
I come forth with sad news.
Oh, no.
Last month, we had 274, now we have 271, we have 3 more. If I put out some of the renewal notice things, the people that have done it in the last 3 months, people that are due in the next 3 months, and people that haven't done it in a while. Please look at that, move it around. I just put them on the chairs, pass them around and see if your name is on there. If you're getting close, please renew. You can renew more than 1 year at a time. You know, so if you're afraid of it, we don't have an auto renew, so, you know, you have to do it manually. But you can, you know, choose what you want to do and like that, okay? I will start looking at this and sending people email, okay? And asking them why they haven't or things like that, okay? You should get an email from the system that says, you know, you haven't renewed and like that. So if you don't get a thing from the system, you know, you can always shoot out one to me, you know, at the board address, okay? I will make sure that you do that and you get it, and we'll remind you if need be. But if you need one of these, or you want to take one, or you see your name is on, or your call sign's on it, please do that. I want to build it back up to over 300 members, okay? And we really need to do that, take a good shot at getting that within the next couple of months now, okay? So I'm looking forward to talking to some of you. If you have any questions or anything like that, let me know. The three people that are new to the meeting tonight, raise your hand, please. Okay. If you'll, at the end of the meeting, if you'll meet me back there, I'll talk to you a little bit about it, a little bit more about the club and things like that. Okay?
Thanks, Steve. All right, we'll give you a break for the holidays and everything, but now talk to all your friends and everybody that may have not renewed. Let's get it back over 300 again. Okay, John, George Cuso party coming up again this year. John's offered to once again head this up for us.
Thank you. Does everybody remember the Georgia Cuso party from last year?
The what?
Of course, and some of you may have not done it before, and it's coming up. 2 months. I started talking to Darryl about putting it together, and then all of a sudden I realized we only have one more meeting after this one before the contest, because I think the April meeting will actually occur after the contest. So we're going to start ramping things up, getting information out on the reflector. It's a lot of fun. We do it here. We have, of course, we compete in the general QSO party, but I think it's more fun with our NFARL challenge, as we all get in and get on the air, talk to each other, talk to everybody around the world and around the country in the Georgia QSO party, and get our scores. And what it is really, it's I say have fun in capital letters, because have you all been on HF recently? or on the bands as of late, there isn't a whole lot cooking unless there is a contest. And if the contest is Georgia, you're going to be the one that's going to have the most fun. Because you'll go down there, you'll give your call, and people from Ohio, California, maybe Canada, parts of Europe will come, and they'll want points as well. So even if you don't want to score 500,000 points or whatever it is that our top rovers do, just get on there, use your radio. You know, as long as I've been doing this, and I like to think I'm very active, but the last few months I've been sitting there and I go down, turn it on, and there's nothing going, and I end up listening to the WSB radio because that's what I can hear. So, but every now and then the bands get open, and with this contest, things will really be hopping. It's amazing when there's a contest how the bands do seem to open. So it's a good chance to check out your station. You know, I know you put together antennas, you interface with your computers in your shack, but when do you really use it? Get out there and utilize it, and this is a good test. And you'll find once you get started, after you get 10 contacts and you're watching that software start to count and multiply as you work different states and provinces and Canada entities, then you say, wow, this gets to be addictive. You know, a good addictive, positive addiction, which I once read. So get on there and represent the state of Georgia. Next slide. And what we've done, like I just said, get on there, get on the air, go to, like we do at Field Day. Just get out there and give it a try. And we talk about the list, and we do the list. But what that is we put it on the reflector, encourage people to sign up and commit to doing it. Now, granted, it's 2 months out. You can commit, things come up. I always say I'm going to run a contest, and then we get invited to dinner. If it's not that important, I won't do it. But I will do it for the Georgia CUSO party, so I don't go out to dinner for that one. But think about making a commitment, get on the air, have fun, because everybody here is going to be talking about it, and you don't want to be sitting there going, I should have done it, I should have done it. No, do it. Get out there and do it. Set personal goals. We're always proud of the score that the club gets. And I know band conditions play a factor, but think about if you scored 500 points last year, go for 550, go for 1,000, see if you can do it. And if everybody in the club ups it, I think we were at total club about 817,000 points last year. I've always wanted to get 1 million. I've been saying that for 5 years. Last year we actually got our highest score ever. But you know, maybe 1 million's in sight if we get a few more people to participate and other folks to kind of set goals, modest or maybe higher goals to improve on the prior year. And it's also the way we track our team. We have awards that we do in the NFARL Challenge. Next slide, my last slide. And I don't know if you noticed, I had a couple of plaques down there. Maybe I'll pass them around, but I didn't want to distract the speakers. But there's some of the awards that we gave last year. We separate the group into a lot of categories, have a lot of fun with it. So there's QRP, high power, low power, and almost everybody seems to have a little niche where they can excel and earn a nice certificate. And another thing the club does, as we're kind of the prominent club in the Georgia CUSO party, is we have special event stations on the air that have the suffixes that spell NFARL, K4N, K4F, etc., N4N, N4F, all the way down. And we encourage people, as kind of a fun thing, is to try and work any combination of the K's or the N's to spell NFARL. Neil's plaque down there, actually, he spelled it with all 10. He was the only one who did that. But it's hard for the Georgia stations to do that, oddly enough, because we're all here in Fulton County or close by, and ironically, it's the shorter path is sometimes tougher to do. We get about a dozen or so from people around the country that have submitted and tried to do that. And Daryl's been the one who kind of puts it on QRZ.com for those call signs, so people after they work us, they can look up and see how to get the QSL. So, does anybody have any questions about the Georgia CUSO party? Who's going to do it?
What bands?
It's all the typical contest bands, 160 up through 6 meters on HF. So it doesn't include the WARC bands, 30, 17, and 12. And it's sideband and CW. Digital is not really accommodated. They don't even mention it in the rules. Sometimes I think they'll take RTTY it counts as a CW contact, but if you work, but it's either one or the other. You can't work somebody on RIDI and then work them on CW. So, and you're not going to see much action on the digital modes for this contest. It's strictly pretty much sideband and CW. I asked them about FT8 ahead of time, and they said that's not there yet, but that's not for a lot of contests. But we may learn that's coming, who knows. But there'll probably be FT8 dedicated contests first before they mix in with everybody else. So please respond to it if you're interested. I saw a nice showing of hands. Get on the list. Let us know what kind of operation you might be doing. You don't have to, but if you have rovers, if you can go back a slide. That SUV over there is Mike Roden's with the little antenna on the back, and they're the ones that are our big scorer. And it's a lot of fun to track rovers across the state of Georgia, and you can keep working them, even though it's the same call sign. As they go to different counties is what rovers do. You can keep doing it and accumulate points and track your friends around. We have a few others. Scott does it. AB4TT is in the house. I think he's a big rover. There he is. So thank you for your time. I look forward to having a great Georgia QSO party.
Thank you, John.
Hi, everybody. You're probably thinking, wait a minute, didn't we look at this guy on the screen last month? He wasn't even here last month, which is why we saw him on the screen. Well, you're right. I was not here last month, and I am here tonight. Hey, Steve. Why am I back on the screen? Well, it's pretty simple. I had a lot of nice comments from folks saying it was a great video. Thanks for bringing the repeaters to everybody's attention and trying to do something to get them to be used more. And I appreciate those comments. But I also got a few comments from folks that went along the lines of, where did you get all that test equipment? It's all really old. Yeah, it was really old. I was at a friend's house down in Florida. This is all stuff from back when he used to be in the biz. So I thought, well, let's make another video, and this time, modern stuff. Look, digital scope. Monitor for looking at schematics. It's really great. Okay, yeah, that's a signal generator. Yes, it's old, but hey, it works. Why get something else? So the real reason that I wanted to get back with you was just to remind you, we still have repeaters. They're still in the air. They're doing well. I hear more use, but we could certainly use more. So, once again, the theme is get that 2-meter radio. Turn it on. Go to one of our repeaters. Press that microphone. There's a button on the side. Let you talk to people. Press it and say, hey, this is KS4KJ. Maybe I'm mobile. And then let go of it and see if anybody's out there. And if they are, talk to them. And the more people who do that, the more use the repeaters will get, the more fun we'll all have. All right, that's it. A shorter video this time around. Thanks for being here. Use the repeaters. Back to Daryl.
So if you weren't here last month, Steve was not here either, and he sent a video. It was our first meeting after getting the repeaters back on the air. And he sent a video that we played, so that's what he was referencing there.
I think Ian preferred seeing me not here last week.
Thanks. All right, John.
Oh, that was harsh. That was cold.
There he is. All right, John has agreed to be our field day chairman. Thank you, John.
Hard at work already.
What I want to know is how do I follow that?
Move closer to the screen. There you go.
All right, as you said, I'm the field day chairman this year, and I'm not quite sure how I got pushed into that, but somehow I did. So I'm going to try to make the best of it. And what we've done, we've got a fairly large group of people that are trying to work on organization for field day, and we try to start very early. We've created a field day guideline. This is going to be a more comprehensive book, so in the future, no one will be afraid to try to do field day. We will hand them a book, and it'll have everything in it and try to tell you exactly what you have to do. So it will reduce your fear factor, and hopefully we can get more participation from club members. You may have noticed in the back there's some sign-up sheets for the different disciplines that we're going to do. I would like for everyone to sign the sheets, and we're going to take each one, like the CW, single sideband, and once the number of people are on there, we'll have a meeting with those people, and those people can decide amongst themselves where they want to fit into the category as far as time is concerned. We found from past experience when we just put it out and let people pick times, a lot of times that doesn't work. Someone doesn't want to work a particular time and it's already done, and if we're there in a group together, the decision's much easier because two people then can just switch off if they say, well, I've got to work that hour, I can't be there. So we're going to try to do it with a little different approach, and then we will choose the captains. We're going to try to get that done prior to having these meetings, and hopefully we will have captains chosen for the different disciplines that we do. CW is obviously a major part of the event, and we'd like to have as many CW operators as we can. Don't be afraid if you're new to it, both single sideband, CW, come and work with someone, because you can sit there and actually help record or listen, and you can learn just by participating, and you don't have to be the one that feels like you're under pressure to operate. And what you will find is, as you're watching someone operate, you may want to make a few calls, you can do that, and that's how you learn to operate in a contest mode, and then it starts being a lot of fun for you. So don't be afraid to come out and actually enjoy field day, and like the QSO party. It really is a lot of fun. We can make the amateur process loads of fun. All we got to do is participate, and that's always the most difficult thing in any club that I've ever been associated with. People are always afraid to be in charge of something or being part of something that they want to stand by and watch, and you miss out on all kinds of fun and activity and an educational process. So I invite everyone to please sign on the paper in the back, and whether you're going to be an operator or if you want to be an assistant operator or someone who merely just helps record data during the QSO. We can use everyone, and please do it because it is a lot of fun. The more I do it, the more I enjoy it. The more I do it, the more I learn. So it's just like Steve said, get on the repeater. It's a lot of fun if you participate in it, and we can make this hobby grow and not be sitting in the back room. So thank you very much. Looking forward to our field day. As you notice, the dates are in June. We'll have a setup day on Friday. The other thing that we're considering doing, we've got to get board approval on it, is giving tickets out to everyone who helps set up, everyone who helps take down, and everyone who operates. And then we'll have a drawing at the end of the field day, and we're going to try to give away a couple handheld radios. So that's our goal to do. I believe we'll get that accomplished. So just keep that in mind. It can have some rewards other than just the personal fun. So thank you very much.
Thank you, John. And when John approaches you for help for field day, please step up and help all you can. And plan to come out. It's our biggest thing of the year. Very good. Thanks. Bob, Activities Manager. Chairman, sorry. Chairperson.
Thanks, Darren.
I am the 2019 Activities Chair. We've got the help desk in the back, manned by NFARLs, and they're there to help answer your questions, help with your chat. And they're really would love to help you with the problem you have, so go back there during the meeting, after the meeting, before the meeting, and pose your question to them. We got the Dalton Hamfest coming up this Saturday. Starts at 8 o'clock up there in Dalton, Georgia. And I've reserved 2 tables for the NFARL Club. And I would love some help to man those tables. If you're going to be up there, please stop by and sit down for an hour and help promote the club. Okay, we also have coming up in March the Atlanta Science Festival and Expo, which is on March 23rd. And we're still trying to put together what we're going to do for that, but I know it's going to be fun. Then we have the Georgia QSO party coming up, and I've got the dates on the slide and the actual times when it runs. And you know, if you're afraid to be in a contest, I know when I started out, I think the first time I did it, I made 4 QSOs. And I got like 16 points or whatever it was. But you know, as you lose your fear and you start doing it, it's a really lot of fun being the sought after station. So give it a shot this year. Now I do want to mention that, you know, Ham Jam is coming. Ham Jam is coming at the end of the year, and we're already starting to plan for it. So keep your eyes peeled for stuff about Ham Jam, and if you get asked to help, you know, please do. And this year, Mac McCormick, W4AX, is going to be the chair for Ham Jam. And finally, I want to put a plug out for the U.S. Island's 25th anniversary. That's going on all year. There's a nice page on our website about the U.S. Island's 25th anniversary. There's a nice PDF file that lists all the islands in Georgia that you can try to activate. And of course, you know, anytime you turn on the radio, look for somebody calling for U.S. Islands and try to snag them and get 25. All right, Steve, next slide. Okay, then we got some really nice nets on our repeaters. We've got the Tech Net on Monday night at 8:30, hosted by our famous maestro, Stephen Hall, K4WHQ. I'm sorry, KW4HQ. I'm sorry, you know, that's my bad memory, okay? But you know, it's a lot of fun. There's people that get on from all over the world sometimes, definitely from all over the country, and ask questions. And I always learn a lot when I participate in the TechNet. So get on there on the 14547 repeater on Monday nights. On Thursday nights, on the same repeater at 8 p.m., we've got the YLNet for the ladies in the club, and that's a lot of fun. And the guys can listen in. I listen in, and I always learn something new from those ladies, because they discuss a lot of interesting topics. So participate in that if you can. Then we have on Sunday nights at 8:30 p.m., we got the NFARL net, and everyone's welcome to participate. And they do digital communications training after the net, and I think they're moving to WinLink. Is that right, Grant?
We are.
So if you want to learn WinLink and how that all works for emergency communications, join the NFARL net on Sunday night. And finally, there's the weekly 10-meter net, which is Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time on 28.410, which means you tech class folks can participate. And even though 10-meter propagation isn't the greatest, it's amazing if you get on the net how many people, local people, you can hear. It's a lot of fun, and I know Ian is always there. And well, he's
as much as he can be.
As much as he can be, and it's a lot of fun. So if you happen to be around Sunday afternoon with nothing to do, turn on your radio. Go ahead.
Just a comment about that. The slide says Sunday at 2:30. For another week and a half or 2 weeks, it's at 2:30. It's at 19:30 UTC all year long.
Yeah, I
so
should change
adjust for that. When we go back to daylight savings time, it'll be at 3:30 on Sunday afternoon again. Yeah. So 19:30 UTC all year long.
I'm going to fix my slide, then I won't ever have to worry about that changing. but those are our nets, so you know, please participate in the nets. They're a lot of fun. Next slide, Steve. In terms of other activities that are going on during the month, we have the NFARL meeting, which is always the second Tuesday. And I forget the name of the church it's held at.
Fellowship Bible Church.
Yeah, the Fellowship Bible Church, and there's a link there to their website, and that's where they have their meetings. We have the Hungry Hams lunch at Slopes Barbecue on Wednesdays, starting at 11. And that's always some fun and camaraderie, and talk some amateur radio stuff. And finally, the Royal Order of Old Geezers meets at the Reveille Cafe in Marietta at 9 a.m. on Saturdays. Another
secret club.
The secret club. So, you know.
We're supposed to tell Gary, now we got to drum you out.
You didn't realize I lost that slide.
We'll get thrown out.
Yes, John.
One quick one.
I know many of you participated in the downloading the SSTV images from the ISS. We had a meeting today of the ARIS International team, and stay tuned for exact details, but that event is probably going to be repeated the weekend of April 12th. So if you get tired of QSO party and you want something else to do with your 2-meter handy-talkie, it's another opportunity. It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. How many people tried to download images from ISS? Pretty good. About a dozen folks. Very good. We're always looking for new activities too, so get with Bob if you got any ideas for activities the club could do. That's what we're all about, having fun with ham radio. Let us know what you want to do. Apparel, I need to apologize to John because I made an appeal last month that we need 4 more orders, and we still do. John ordered a jacket back in late November, and it's going to get warm here before we get his jacket.
Oh, that's bad.
Come on, everybody.
It'll make a great Father's Day present for you, John.
We haven't placed some orders here. All right.